Lzvvmmh Zlwvmmh fuug Lzwvmmh Zlwvmmh fuug Lzwvmmh Zlwvmmh fuug. We harvest in thankfulness as brightness loses its dominance. Stewards face the descent, and still they are so generous. The sun moves through inner space, and to each side of the mother's measures. Mammals play all three notes of their keepers, transform via the cup and blood, and behold the mystery of the counter creatures. Connect to what is there and beyond as you identify with the features. The shells of black light are set, so who is your soul's keeper? The night of owls, eagles, wrens, horses, bears, deers, serpents, mice, and salmon is here. Be still, perceptive, humble, hasty, strong, courteous, posed, quiet, and courageous in the twilight of the year, but beyond the forms, be deeper. Lzwvmmh fuug Lzwvmmh fuug. We take out the roles, and we are manufacturing abysses to open nexions in our being. We start paired at the blood gate of earth, staring as if at Baphomet and her daughters, as mother and mistress of our own being. We pass through the stages of psychological culling toward numerous knowing. It is of our nature to play a part. I mention what we merge with in the sacred art. Noctulius, Nithra, Shugara, Shaitan, Aasath, Azanagan, Nakala, Gawath Banan Ath, Ledagon, Abatu, Karu Samsu, Nebaku, Maktoron, Valpecula, Kathana, Atazoth, Vindex, Davchina, Saraktanos, Naas, Alastoros. Consciously, within and without, invoking and evoking, the dark has been presencing. Calcination, separation, coagulation, putrefaction, sublimation, fermentation, exaltation, organization, and the transcendental are the ways the ionic change is coming. In these pathways that I have been nurturing, I have been what is brought out in every offering. Lzwvmmh fuug Lzwvmmh fuug Lzwvmmh fuug. So 6:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, September 22nd, 2020, is the moment of the equinox. And we have the questions of the night to follow, the closest night to the equinox point. What does illness teach us? And the question for the day, are you appropriating another's means? And in the scripture of this age, we have 223. Your wives are a tilth unto you, so approach your tilth, when or how you will, but do some good act for your souls beforehand. And fear Allah, and know that ye are to meet him, and give good tidings to those who believe. And another verse, translation thereof. In the ritual itself, I'll be going over the Arabic. And starting with the 19 letters, but, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, and then the verse itself. O mankind, reverence your guardian Lord, who created you from a single person, created of like nature, his mate, and from them twain, scattered, countless men and women. Fear God, through whom ye demand your mutual rights, and the wombs, for God ever watches over you. And 1678, it is he who brought you forth from the wombs of your mothers. So, let's continue. When ye knew nothing, and he gave you hearing and sight and intelligence and affection, that ye may give thanks. And let's remember that in Al-Quran, God is never referred to as a male, so when we say he or him, we're not saying that in regards to God. So 22:2. The day ye shall see it, every mother giving suck shall forget her suckling babe, and every pregnant female shall drop her load. Thou shalt see mankind as in a drunken riot, yet not drunk, but dreadful will be the wrath of Allah. Certainly seeing more riotous, almost drunken craziness, but people have been led towards certain directions for quite some time now, haven't they? And when the year comes about that's been mentioned in their songs and movies, they feel like now we have to act, we don't have a choice. So 2461, it is no fault in the blind, nor the one born, nor in the lame, nor in the one afflicted with illness, nor in yourselves, that ye should eat in your own houses, or in the house, or in those of your fathers, of your mothers, or your brothers, or your sisters, or your father's brothers, or your father's sisters, or your mother's brothers, or your mother's sisters, are in the houses of which the keys are in your possession, or in the house of a sincere friend of yours. There is no blame on you, whether you eat in company or separately. But if ye enter houses, salute each other, a greeting or blessing, and purity as from Allah. Thus does Allah make clear the signs to you, that ye may understand. And remember that Allah is the singular and definitive way of saying the word God. (31:14). And we have enjoined on man to his parents in travail upon travail, did his mother bear him, and in years twain was his weaning. Show gratitude to me and to thy parents. To me is the goal. 39. Six. He created you from a single person, then created of like nature his mate, and he sent down for you 8 head of cattle in pairs. He makes you in the wombs of your mothers. In stages, one after another, in 3 veils of darkness. Such is Allah your Lord, and cherisher, to him belongs dominion. There is no God but he. Then how are ye turned away? And 46:15. So we have enjoined on man, human, kindness to his parents. In pain did his mother bear him, and in pain did she give him birth. The carrying of the child to his weaning is 30 months. At length, when he reaches the age of full strength and attains 40 years, he says, O my Lord, grant me that I may be grateful for thy favor which thou hast bestowed upon me and upon both my parents, and that I may work righteousness such as thou mayest approve, and be gracious to me in my issue. Truly I have turned to thee, and truly do I bow in submission. Bow as, and truly I am of the submitters, yeah. So remember, that's what Islam means. And 58:2. If any man among you divorce their wives by the back, calling them mothers, saying, "Oh, you're as unlawful to me as my mother's back." They just say the word back, but that's what it meant in that, you know. They cannot be their mothers. None can be their mothers except those who gave them birth. In fact, they use words iniquitously and false. But truly, Allah is one that blots out and forgives. And this is, you know, the typical order of, according to the order of 9 angles, of these symbols as portrayed in the Tree of Life. You know, fool, magician, priestess, empress, emperor, hierophant, lovers, chariot, and okay, which one is justice? Justice. I don't. Okay, there's justice here somewhere. But we have the hermit. We have the wheel. We have strength. We have the hanged man. But we notice that these don't kind of line up, so we're going to see that in another here. We have death, temperance, the devil. We have the tower, the star, the moon, the sun, the judgment, and we have the world. But up here we have the order more complete. Velpecula is in Sarctonus. But yeah, you notice that some of them don't quite line up there. We have candles. Cotton, almond biscotti, garden rain, Tuscan wine. What all's in this one? Vanilla sugar, toasted coconut, and hazelnut toffee. So I think vanilla sugar is still the top one. That's cotton, right? We have a Zen candle. And Deuteronomy. So we continue our mother theme with Genesis. And Genesis, I knew there was a Genesis 1:27. I just turned too far. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. A lot of myths talk about a duality created by God. But an image belonging to God, a reflection of his power. So God's beyond the whole male and female thing, if you think about it. But this also is, this verse is used to say, oh, well, so Genesis, Deuteronomy 32, 11 and 12 and 18. The Song of Moses. 11. As an eagle stirreth up her nest, fluttereth over her young, spreadeth abroad her wings, taketh them, beareth them on her wings. So the Lord alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him. And by Lord, I presume to mean Yahweh, which really doesn't translate as Lord, more of increasing existence. And verse 18, out of the rock that begat thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten God that formed thee. And so we have Hosea. Oh, okay, Psalms. I came across Psalms here, so I'm going to say something from Psalms. Psalm 123. Two through 3. Behold, as the eyes of servants look into the hand of their masters, and as the eyes of a maiden unto the hand of her mistress, so our eyes wait upon the Lord our God, until that he have mercy upon us. I presume they mean God is a noun and a verb instead of Lord. Have mercy upon us, O Lord. Established instead of Lord. Have mercy upon us, for we are exceedingly filled with contempt. And 131, 2. Surely I have behaved and quieted myself as a child that is weaned of his mother. My soul is even as a weaned child. And okay, Hosanna, and that was Isaiah. It's Jeremiah. Okay, Isaiah is before that. So Protestant and Christian and Jewish orders of the Bible are a little different, so that throws me off at times. But Isaiah 66:13. As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem. And there's two more passages of Isaiah here. 42:14. I have long time holden my peace, and I have been still, and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. You can't ignore the negative in the spiritual vision. 49:15. Can a woman forget her suckling child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yea, they may forget, yet will I not forget thee. And Hosea's right at the end, right? Ezekiel, Hosea. Yes, I'm in Hosea. 13. Okay, no, I'll start here. 11:3 and 4. I taught Ephraim also to go, taking them by their arms, but they knew not that I healed them. I drew them with cords of a man, with bonds of love,
and I was to take them, as they that take off the yoke on their jaws, and I laid meat unto them. And 13:8, I will meet them as a bear that is bereaved of her whelps, and will rend the call of their heart, and there will I devour them like a lion. The wild beasts shall tear them. Matthew 23:37. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. And we have Luke 13:34. Matthew, Mark, Luke. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, which killest the prophets, and stonest them that are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, as a hen doth gather her brood under her wings, and ye would not. And 15:8-10. Either what woman, having 10 pieces of silver, if she lose 1 piece, doth not light a candle, and sweep the house, and seek diligently that she find it? And when she hath found it, she calleth her friends and her neighbors together, saying, Rejoice with me, for I have found the piece which I had lost. Likewise I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner that repenteth. Now it's the season to change the cloth. The cloth to blue. And this candle, we can say that this candle represents the change of consciousness. We can say this candle represents the depth of consciousness. And we can say that this candle is the flavor thereof. And this candle is the sweetness and the relationship thereof. And this candle here, we can say, is the covering, the protective, purifying covering, the mother stage. If you break it into the 3 stages, the one where you're most likely to be antinomial, destructive, either you got to be the child or the mother stage. But the mother stage, we start there and formulate our spiritual relationships. We find ourselves in something a little bit different. The 2 and 1 in the middle. So there's a lot of that on each side and 1 in the middle, but not all of them are so balanced. That would be Okay, where's the T? Where's the th? I think there's... But I played around with what to include, and obviously matching the tarot pathways with the pathways listed here. There's one, isn't there one that's kind of like not Lzwvmmh